Welcome to Fremont High School for tonight's NECC showdown between the Central Noble Cougars and the Fremont Eagles. My name is Neil France, and we'll be calling the game tonight along with Justin Bach. Justin, what are we looking for tonight in this exciting NECC showdown?
Well, obviously Central Noble comes into this game 7-2 record. Is that correct? Yeah, 7-2 record, so they have a strong record. They're led by senior Lydia Andrews at 13 points a game, and then senior Megan Keeble, make sure I pronounce that, sophomore. Yep. And another sophomore in Madison Weiss, both averaging 9.5 points a game. Fairly short bench, it looks like, from Central Noble. Looks like they've got 7 players dressed for tonight. But that program is on a streak of success here the last 7 or 8 years. Would that be about right? Now, you probably know more historically about that than what I do.
Yeah, they've been very good since Coach Trish has taken his second tenure at Central Noble. Took a few years off, coached the guys at East Noble for a year, and then came back and struggled the first year, the year before Sydney Freeman was a freshman, and then he got Sydney and Malia Leatherman to come together as freshmen, and the rest is history. They won their first state championship 3 years ago and continue to reap the benefits of that success today. Coach Trish has a 145-83 record in his 10th year at the school, and they are ranked 35th in 3A Sagarin rankings. Fremont, Coach Sprague, and then Scott Sprague in his 3rd year. We're going to take a little time out here to listen to a few announcements from our PA announcer and the national anthem, and then we'll be back with you.
We ask that all fans act responsibly to those around you. Abusive language or disorderly conduct is unacceptable and not welcome at IHSAA events. Let's support the student athletes, coaches, officials, and your fellow fans the respect they deserve. To give our athletes the best chance of continuing to be able to play, and our fans the best chance of continuing to come and watch our athletes play, we ask that everyone stay masked up and observe social distancing. We also ask that as soon as the game is over, everyone exit the facility. Your cooperation is appreciated. At this time, we would ask that everyone please stand as we honor America with the playing of the national anthem.
And now we will have the national anthem, and I will let our PA announcer, Ben Roeder, give you those.
Let's meet the starting lineups for the Northeast Corner Conference varsity game. First, for Central Noble, number 10, a sophomore, Madison Weiss. Number 11, the senior, Casey Hunter. Number 12, a sophomore, Megan Keeble. 21, a senior, Lydia Andrews. And 25, a senior, Bridget Gray. And now, let's meet the Lady Eagles. Number 1, a senior, Olivia Gurr. Number 10, a junior, Jada Rojas. 14, a senior, Eva Ford. Number 30, a junior, Shanti Bones. And number 40, the senior, Katie Berlew.
And here you have it, our starting lineups for tonight's game. The Cougars are coming off a 20-point win at DeKalb last night and stand at 7-2. Coach Trish, a little troubled by the 2 losses, said his girls didn't step up and play in those 2 losses. Fremont, however, comes in with a 2-6 record and with a win over Heritage and a win over Westview on Thursday night. Tip Berlew back to Roundhouse. Central Noble playing man-to-man defense. Roundhouse comes off the high ball screen. Hits Combs, slash in high post. It's DeFalk who drives lane, goes up for the shot, loses it on the way up. Stolen by Keeble. Keeble outlets it to Weiss. Weiss will set it up against the Eagles' 3-2 zone defense. Andrews cuts up the middle, off the ball, pick in the corner to Gray. Gray drives baseline, loses that out of bounds, and it'll be Eagles basketball. Bridget Gray and Lydia Andrews, both seniors, played on that state championship team from the Central Noble Cougars had just 3 years ago. Falk takes the ball out against the full court pressure of Central Noble, and she double dribbles.
Well, a slow start to this game. 3 possessions, 3 turnovers between the 2 teams. Looks like Central Noble's probably going to put the heat on us the entire game. Looked like their JV played that way also.
They like to press. Speaking of the JV game, Central Noble won the JV game 24-19. Shot in the corner by Gray. She gets it to drop for the opening 3.
3 by Gray.
Roundhouse gets the ball, bring it up, says clear out, get out of my way, I'll bring it down the floor. That's been one of the major problems for the Eagles this year, is that Jada Roundhouse has had to do too much. She has to bring the ball down. She needs to be their leading scorer, and she is. Durr from right on the line misses. Rebound by Keeble to Gray. Gray pushing it to the right wing to Weiss. Weiss back up to Gray. Nice shot, fake and drive. Swings it to the other side to Keeble, who knocks down a 3. We got a little instant replay here, Justin, from last Tuesday when Fairfield came out in the first quarter and hit 4 threes. It looks like it's happening again.
Yeah, if I remember, Willard and Sanchez each hit a couple, going 2 for 2 apiece, 4 for 4 to big lead, and that's what we're seeing right now. They're doing a nice job. Central Noble is of picking the outside people on our zone and then skipping it over for open threes. So far, Hunter, number 11 for Central Noble, has both assists on the made threes.
This talented color man that I have is going to try to do the color and all the stats at the same time. So we're looking forward to see how that turns out for us tonight.
If there are long pauses or dead moments where I don't say anything, it's because I'm trying to keep up with the stats.
Fremont going long. Roadhouse makes a nice over-the-shoulder catch, takes it to the hoop, but it's blocked by Keeble on a nice play, and they get it outletted down the floor to Hunter, who is fouled going up, and she will shoot 2. Going back to the JV game, trying to finish that story up. Central Noble won 24-19 with Bella Warman leading Central Noble with 9 points, and Jillian Treat hitting 2 threes for 6 points for the Eagles. At the line will be a senior, number 11, Casey Hunter, who nails the first free throw. Central Noble increases its lead to 7-0 with 6:33 to go in the opening period. Keeble will shoot the second. Nothing but the bottom of the net. Combs into Berlew. Out to Roanhouse, and she'll bring it up. Rhinehouse, I can't talk tonight. There we go. Gonna hit the high post. Combs turns and looks, can't find anybody. Doesn't want to dribble. There, she's gonna take it at the wing, throw it away. Stolen by Weiss. She's gonna take it all the way to the rack and knock it down for 2.
Basket by Weiss.
Good hustle by number 21 Andrews on the inbounds, but she fouled Roanhouse.
No, he called that on Fremont.
Oh, I missed that one. She had the steal, and Roanhouse fouled her. Central Noble has definitely come out with more energy and more enthusiasm to play this game. They're all over it. Even though they played last night, they seem to be on top of it more. Jada seems to think she knocked that one off of Andrews' hand, but we're going to have a little conference and we're going to change the call. That would have never happened 10 years ago, but referees have changed their tune a little bit. So we're thankful for that. We're going to have Roanhouse going down against 2. Needs to hit. She didn't see it quick enough. She got it to Folk inside. Who lost it? I thought out of bounds, but no. Combs can't handle it on the inbound. But now it's off Folk, and it'll be the Cougars basketball.
Impressed with just the speed and the control with which Central Noble has started the game. All 5 players are essentially the same height, and they all seem to be able to handle. They're all moving really well. This could be a defensive challenge for us.
Yeah, they definitely have some quickness, and they reflect the attitude of their head coach, and he's a hard-nosed coach who expects hard work every second you're on the floor, and that's how they play, especially defensively. And if you look at our team stat, wide open 3, third 3 in a row as Bridget Gray hits her second 3. That shot form looks textbook, so that didn't look like an accident that shot's going in. Durr gets it back to Roanhouse. Roanhouse will take it across against Andrews. Goes over the ball pick. Takes a little pull out from 6 feet. Can't get it to fall. Rebound by Keeble. Keeble will take it herself down the middle. To the hoop. Nice drive to the hoop. Can't get it. Falk with a rebound. Nice, very nice defense by Gray. Picking her up at half court and turning her twice to let the Cougars get back on defense. That was very impressive defense by Gray. Eagles having trouble just running an offense because of the pressure put on them by the Cougars. Nice inside pass to Berlew, spins, can't get it to fall, and comes over the back for a foul. That is very good action by the Eagles, getting the ball into the low block, because they definitely have a little bit of a height advantage.
Yeah, Katie could potentially have a big game if they can get her the ball. She's bigger, she's physical. I don't see anybody on Central Noble's roster that physically, size-wise, can match up with her.
Yeah, the problem's going to be seeing the floor well enough and getting it into position to get her the ball. Nice little half-court press there by the Eagles, causes a turnover. Roanhouse will bring it down, throw it into Slotman, but throws it overhead for turnover number
6 in the first 3.5 minutes. That will be a problem if it continues. That could put us at somewhere around.
We won't do that math, okay? We just won't do it.
I need my son's help to figure that out.
Little 1-2-2 half-court pressure trying to slow down the Cougars. We got it to half court where we want it and didn't trap. That's all right. Cougars throwing it around the perimeter. Andrews goes inside to the first sub of the game, Abby Heil, who kicks it back out and around. Nice shot fake and drive against the zone. Gray penetrates, gets it off the glass, misses. Berlew with the rebound.
She threw a patented 2-bounce pass from the baseline all the way over to the wing.
Other sub for the Cougars, Ashley Gray, and also in for the Eagles, number 2, Mackenzie Parnan, freshman. Picks her dribble up, which is what the Cougars want you to do. Folk driving baseline, gets some good help from Gray, Ashley Gray on the baseline, but she's called for a foul as Folk goes up for the shot, and Folk will shoot 2, trying to get the goose egg off the board.
Yeah, she got the corner there, Eva did, and made a real nice aggressive move on the baseline, went up strong with 2 hands, and drew contact. That was a very aggressive offensive move. We just need to see more of that from everybody on the floor, Fremont uniform.
Have to attack the basket against this pressure defense by the Cougars. Falk will go to the line shooting 2. She is 10 for 13, 77% from the line. As the announcer's jinx works again. Misses the first, she'll have a second.
Talk about her makes prior to her shooting the first one, Neil.
I was just wanting to see if it really worked. I've never, did that as an announcer before, and I didn't know I was that powerful, but yes, I am. Rebound, Central Noble. Vice brings the ball up. Looks like a lot of ball reversals. One person inside, Heil inside. We're going to run flex.
Fremont switch to man.
Switch to man, and then they're going to run flex, and they're going to flex us to death with that back cut and down screen until they get a wide open shot, which is not hit by Gray, but rebounded nicely by Keeble, but she saves it to Burlew. Roanhouse will bring the ball up. Harnan wide open. She's going to shoot the three. Nope, she was on the, oh! She nails the three and gets the Eagles on the board with their first points of the game. 13-3, Central Noble with 3:02 to go in the first quarter. We are back in man, trying to do some nice little help side. Shouldn't have to worry too much about low block. Just getting out on shooters, which we don't there as Keeble drains another three. Is that the 4-3 of the quarter? 4-3. That's kind of the way it works here. You come to Fremont, you make 4 threes in the first quarter. 4 for 4 maybe again, just like Fairfield?
4 for 4.
Unbelievable. Roanhouse picks the dribble up, hits Schlotman. Looks to go to back door to Parnan, not there. Gonna have a dribble handoff to Falk, who's coming around using the left hand to get to the hoop. Nice drive, and it's off the glass and good. Cuts the lead to 16-5 with 2:21 to go in the first quarter. The Eagles are still in man. Central Noble running the patent flex offense and leaves them with another wide open three, which Vice buries. Now they're 5, Vice. 5 for 5 from 3. Cougars doing a really good job of taking the right hand away of some of our drivers, knowing that we don't like handling the ball with our left hand and getting a few turnovers that way. We'll see what's going on here. I think they defend a 3 better out of the zone, but we're going to stay in the man. Not switching picks, but Gray travels for us. If you don't switch picks against the flex, you're going to give up an easy shot every single time because it's just constant picking.
Yeah, it tends to find the weak defender. Someone's going to fall asleep, and the flex is going to identify who that is. They're going to run it until someone falls asleep, and then they're going to have a wide open shot, and so far that's been the case.
And we're helping really well, so those shots probably aren't going to be inside, so if they can start missing a few from the perimeter, then we might be okay. Eagles look like they're running a little high ball screen action here. Burlew kicks it to Roanhouse, who nails the 3.
Burlew dropping a dime.
Yeah, good job, Katie. 19-8, Central Noble.
And that shot had a lot of pressure on it also, and Jada just confidently shot it, nothing but net.
Contested 3. Ashley Gray with the jumper from the elbow, can't get it to fall. Eva Falk, that's what we got to hope happens. They get the ball into shooters' hands and they can't get their shots going here. Nice backdoor by Roanhouse. They're trying to spread them out against that pressure and go backdoor.
Good
nice backdoor by Schlotman off the pressure. This offense looks much better in the last couple minutes. Burlew's got the rebound. She's got to go straight up. She doesn't. She's fouled by Casey Hunter. That will be her first foul and the team's third foul. Burlew's going to the line to shoot 2.
Katie's a 70% free throw shooter on the year. I'm not going to mention her makes.
Oh, so that's going to work, he says. Okay, here we go. He's got it. He's got me again. The brilliance of Justin Bach amazes me.
That's comical, Neil. That's comical.
Burlew going for the second one. The Eagles have found something out here. Burlew hits them both. Cuts a lead to 9 and 19-10 with 47.8 seconds to go in the first quarter. The Eagles doing a nice job here defensively, forcing perimeter, some shots inside the arc, kind of that dreaded 15-19-9 area, and then offensively going with a little 5-out motion, getting some better shots offensively.
I was going to say simply what they found, Neil, is the bottom of the basket.
Yeah, they started hitting some shots, didn't they? Yeah.
That always
helps.
When the ball goes through.
Yeah. Central Noble running the high flex to kind of wait and take the last shot. And if things go right for them, they'll get a backdoor cut for a layup out of this with about 2 seconds to go. No, they're going to run a set play. Let's see what play they're going to run. Down screen, cut across the lane, turn it over. Andrews makes a bad pass. Schlotman with the steal. Roanhouse has got a chance to go to the basket and score. Falk shoots one at the buzzer. It's a little short, and that will conclude quarter number 1 with Central Noble leading 19-10.
Just to wrap up that quarter, did you see how smart was that? Katie Berlew wanted to go after that rebound right at the end of the quarter and was about to just destroy someone over the back, and she pulled back. That would have been huge for her to pick up her second foul in the waning seconds of the first quarter.
Yeah, you can see a little maturity there. She would have definitely done that 2 years ago.
2 years ago, she wouldn't have just reached. She would have knocked her into the concession stand probably.
So it's good to see that maturity here. So as we look at the second quarter, let's look back a little bit first to a little bit of series history here. Last 15 years, Central Noble is leading the series 13-12. Last meeting last year, Central Noble won a tough matchup with a very strong Eagle team, 49-45 at Central Noble. This year's Central Noble team returns pretty much everyone from that team and has gotten off to a very strong start. As we talked to both coaches before the game tonight, Coach Sprague indicated that he would like a little slower pace of a game, which being behind early probably means that's not going to really happen with what he wants. And Coach Trish just wants them to play their game and just continue to play good basketball. Central Noble has 2 really nice wins in the resume, beating a strong Goshen team this year and also a strong Bishop Lures team in the season opener, and come in at 7-2. Second quarter opens with the inbound pass to Gray. Cuts the gut, looking at some wing screens. Like a 5-out motion, just cutting through. Yeah, Coach Trish told me last night. He doesn't. The flex was working okay, but they went 5-out last night against DeKalb, kind of what Fremont was doing, and had some success with it. So he tried it again there, opening up the second quarter. 5 people on the perimeter, and basket cut and go. Eagles get it across the floor with Falk.
Eva's being physical, using that off arm to really create a little distance because number 10 is just all over her.
Playing solid defense, nice inside pass, back to Falk, top of the key. Nice looking three.
Good look.
And we got
You can't ask for much more than an inside-out three, top of the key, where teams tend to shoot the highest percentage.
Best three-point shooter on our team, percentage-wise and number of makes. Took a nice shot. Out of bounds underneath. Falk looking to throw it in. Gets it into Roundhouse in the wing. Thought about the three. Goes inside to Berlew. Looks to go up. Kicks it out to Parnan, who's open for a three, and nails another one. Mackenzie Parnan with her second three of the night.
I think they counted that as a two.
My mistake.
Well,
foot on the line.
Foot was on the line. It was a three, so I guess it all evens out. What a great shot from the freshman.
It's good to see her hit her first two shots. She gained some confidence. Not great drive to the hoop by Gray, but it doesn't go. Roanhouse with the rebound. Looking at the 5-0 set again. Man, maybe Berlew's been inside some. Nice little dribble handoff. Her hand back. Swinging the ball. Offense looks a lot better.
Coach Sprague was frustrated at Katie. He said, he just yelled, don't fake it to both of them. I think he wanted one of those handoffs to happen, or if she is going to fake it to both, maybe she should spin and take it hard to the hole.
Yeah, he doesn't like play action apparently, or just one fake. Yeah. Olivia Durr returns to the lineup for the Eagles to give Eva Falk a much-needed break. Eva looks a little winded.
Yeah, Eva's first break of the night. She's an important member. It's tough for her to be off the floor, really.
Yeah, she's not going to be off for long, I'm sure. Ball moving well for the Cougars around the perimeter. Andrews gets a three. Can't get it to go. You got to believe, Justin, that those 5 for 5 is going to catch up with them here sometime from the three, right?
It's just amazing how much better defense looks when shots carry them off the rim as opposed to going in. Just had a little careless catch by Katie Berlew, and Central Noble, I think, had 3 players fighting for it. Was that Durr who dove in there, or was that Parnan who dove in there to tie?
I thought it was Schlotman, but I don't know.
Slotman?
Yeah.
It was a massive. It
was a bunch of white.
humanity.
It was a white person. We know that. A white jerseyed person.
Let's leave race out of it, Neil.
Steal, nice steal by Central Noble is Gray. Down the floor to the basket and knocks it in. Nice drive to the hoop by Bridget Gray. That's her 8th point already. 2 threes in her first 2. Olivia Durr. Oh, they're trying a little run and jump. And Durr kicks it to Parnan, who spins, gets it back to Roanhouse, and we're going to run a set. Little high ball screen. Jada's shot fakes, goes to Berlew. Drives right, kicks it out to Durr. Durr looking back inside to Berlew. Berlew makes a nice move. She's got to finish that. She doesn't seem to want to, but she's making nice passes on the perimeter, and Coach Sprague calls a timeout.
The pressure that Central Noble puts on you, it causes almost a frantic speed to the game. We're moving a little faster than we want to. There was a high ball screen for Jada that Schlottman set. Jada just needs to let that get set for half a second before coming off of it. It wasn't. It caused some issues. And then we had a bad pass to Katie. But Central Noble just put so much pressure on everybody that everyone with the ball there's kind of like this frantic approach to just get rid of it, get it to the next person.
Defense is their calling card. They've played great defense all the time that Coach Trish is here. Hey, a couple shout-outs out there for you. Eva Falk told me tonight she wants to give a great big shout-out to some grandparents, Vicki and Steve. We know you're out there watching, and Marcia and Bill over in Illinois. Good to have you there. Olivia Durr wants to give a shout-out to her dad, Mike. And Jada Roanhouse said she wants to give a shout-out to Cammie Ramey, whoever that might be. I'm not sure who that is. I might have to find that out tomorrow if he's even listening right now. Nice steal by Gray, though. She steals a wing pass from Roanhouse and hits the layup and reaches double digits with her 10th point. Roanhouse gets it into Berlew. Back to Roanhouse. You can just see the pressure that Roanhouse gets all the time, just wears her down. And she does stuff that, because she's tired, it makes it that she normally wouldn't do, but she has to be in there.
Number 25 for Central Noble, Bridget Gray, is just all over Jada. She's just a tireless defender, and you can see the frustration. Jada comes off the bench for probably a very short rest, compose herself, and probably go right back out there to face more pressure.
Yeah, she definitely needed a break, but we can't have her off the floor for too long, so we'll see how this goes. The Eagles are back in a man-to-man. And Central Noble goes back to the flex. Didn't score much off the 5-0, so we're going to go to the trademark flex. And Katie does not a very good job there of probably got the shot we wanted. She's standing on the line when she's shooting at 3, or shooting at 2. We're going to call that after the shot, which is nice because that's only our 4th team foul, but Berlew's second.
Yeah, Katie doesn't look like she agrees with the foul too much. I'm not sure whether it was a case of her impeding the landing of the shooter or whether it was a case of an official watching the ball, seeing a girl fall, and turning and calling the foul.
Yeah. You know how it is, though. Most people don't ever think they foul, but, we're not going to say it was totally the official's fault.
Wow.
Man, Bridget Gray is on fire tonight, people. That's 13 for her and her 3rd 3. I don't know what her high game of the year is, but she's averaging. She's not averaging a lot. Durr just hit a basket.
Yeah, Durr just made a nice cut down the middle of the lane for a right-handed layup.
Good job by Olivia Durr, her first basket of the night. Dad would be proud. We're back into the flex. Ball swings from side to side quickly. And Madison Weiss nails another 3.
Durr really felt like she closed out on Weiss, but again, standing next to the shooter and taking that shot away are two separate things, and she cashed it right in her eye.
Parnan, cross-court pass is stolen by Weiss. Beautiful steal, who drives coast to coast for the layup. And puts the Cougars up 31-14 with 3 minutes and 12 seconds to go in the second quarter. And we can kind of see a little struggle in here with Roanhouse on the bench, just getting it into the offense. But she's ready to check back in. The Coach Sprague's already called 2 timeouts, so a 3rd one probably not happening. As Falk gets her shot blocked by Gray. Smiles slyly as she goes to the line. I think maybe she's not thinking that was a foul, but we'll take it.
Central Noble has used at least 2 different presses and maybe 3 different presses, and we haven't identified when they're running and jumping and when they're not. When they're not running and jumping, the other 2 people just need to get out of the way and let the girl Z her way up the court. Instead, they're kind of waiting to see if there's going to be a run and jump, and there's just a lot of traffic, and it's making it pretty difficult for us.
Falk hits the first free throw since I didn't make a comment on it.
Yeah, exactly what I was going to say, Neil. Thank you for allowing her to score that point.
Justin just kept talking, so I couldn't do that, so thank you for that. Hits the second shot as Falk adds her 3rd and 4th points of the night. and cuts the lead to 15 with 2:50 to go. Eagles still in their man-to-man as the Cougars continue to run the flex and get wide open looks from behind the line. Megan Keeble nails that one. How many threes is that, Justin? That's got to be at least 7, doesn't it? 8 threes, says Mr. Ben Roeder in front of us. That's a lot of threes for any team in the first half. That might be a season high for the Cougars. If it's not, it should be. Parnan throws in a high post to Roanhouse, and she is fouled. We're not in the bonus yet. All those threes, we haven't had a ton of fouls. That's the 6th team foul on the Cougars. And we're going to get Bridget Gray probably with the rest here with her 2nd foul, and Keeble comes back in.
Just to clarify, I have stopped taking hand notes because at the end of the first quarter, Matt Gumbel handed me a printout with the updated first quarter stats.
Wow, is that nice?
Yeah, so I'm going to just hold off for the last 2 minutes and 20 seconds, the second quarter, and I'm sure I'll get a fresh sheet with updated stats rather than trying to scramble and keep up this way.
First game with Matt Gumbel as the statistician. He just came off of quarantine as well. It is really good to have him back.
Yeah, the boys team's already doing new statistical analysis because our head coach, Josh Stuckey, was shown by Matt how to do those using the computer program. So he's a wonder for those of us that rely on stats.
Olivia Durr tries to throw the cross-court pass, and it's picked off by Lydia Andrews, who takes it all the way to the rack and is fouled.
That might have been a frustration foul by Eva, but I like it. I like it. If you're going to foul her, make sure she doesn't hit the shot.
She did that. Andrews will go to the line for 2.
I did hear the smack from up here, so I know she got her pretty good.
As we say at times, maybe mostly under our breath, good foul, good foul. She missed the first free throw. Both teams with 5 fouls. Maybe no bonus this half. That would be a bonus. Rebound by Roanhouse.
The pace of the game changes when Jada's in it.
Yeah, we get the ball off the floor a lot quicker.
A head up. Eva was open. I think that was Eva for a moment, but that gap closed as soon as she released the ball.
Gap closed. So let's see what we're doing now. We're still in man-to-man. And they're swinging the ball for 3 off the wing. Weiss again, nice looking shot. Just a little bit short. Roanhouse brings it down left side. Still a reversal to Durr. Durr to Parnan. Cougars are now in their 1-2-2 zone. Got in a little foul trouble, not a lot, but they want to keep us out of that.
Oh, nice.
Eva Falk. About a step behind the arc, nails the 3 there. She's shooting it with confidence after that 23-point effort last week against Heritage, where she was 5 for 9 from behind the arc. She's shooting it a lot better. She leads the Eagles with 7 points as they cut the lead down to 15 with a minute to go here in quarter number 2. Central Noble moving the ball well. Nice baseline drive to a kick to another drive, and Andrews gets all the way to the rim. Doesn't get it as Fremont watches Bridget Gray get the rebound. Kicking it, Ashley Gray, sorry. Andrews tries to make a move inside, loses it out of bounds. Might have got bumped a little, but we'll take it, and it's Fremont ball.
The flex is so frustrating to play against. It's so simple, and it's a pattern, so it feels like you should be able to stop it. But when it's executed as well as Central Noble is, it just ends up in essentially pick your own shot.
Stolen by Keeble to the hoop, and Falk fouls. That'll be her 2nd foul. And Keeble will shoot 2.
Because, I mean, to go back to the flex, as you're watching it, Central Noble's actually passing up some available shots. It's just really frustrating to play against. Yeah, play against.
It's constant movement, and if you don't understand the pattern, then it makes it really difficult. And it's hard to understand the pattern as an opponent if you don't run that offense unless you go over it so much in practice. And quite frankly, it's hard to do that enough because you got enough of your own things you need to work on. So it's hard to do that. But if you know what's coming and they run the flex, you don't even have to move because they're coming back to your spot. If you just stay in those 5 spots, someone's going to come back to you. You don't even have to move. You can play defense without even moving. But it's hard to do that. It's very difficult to do that. Roanhouse has the ball out front.
15 seconds left in the quarter.
Parnan had a nice quarter, drives off, looking to go to the basket. Nice help side by the Cougars as the Eagles throw it away again.
8 seconds.
Andrews with the steal, 6 seconds. Keeble's going to try to get a shot off before the end of the half. She drives it to the hoop. Very good drive. Misses the shot at the buzzer. And at halftime, the Central Noble Cougars lead 36-19. One thing before we leave here, I checked in with the Cougars before the game and asked them if they had any shout-outs for tonight, and they said they wanted to thank all the old at heart people in Albion who they know are watching this game tonight and wanted them to know that they love you and thanks for watching. So as we go to a halftime break here, we will be off the air for about 7 minutes. We'll come back with about 2 minutes to go and give you the action of the second half, but the score is Central Noble 36, Fremont 19. See you in about 7 minutes. Welcome back to Fremont High School, where the score is Central Noble 36, Fremont 19 at halftime. And let's look at some first half stats from Justin Bach.
So these stats, once again, are courtesy of Matt Gumble, the official statistician of Fremont High School basketball. Again, running down scoring, Eva Falk for Fremont leads the team with 7 points. She was 2 for 4 from the field and 2 for 4 from the free throw line. Mackenzie Parnan, freshman, second leading scorer with 5 points, 2 for 2 from the field, 1 for 1 from 3 and 1 from 1 from 2. Jada had 3 points on the three-pointer she hit. Olivia Durr had 2 points, and Katie Berlew had 2 points, for 19 points total for Fremont. For Central Noble, leading scorer Madison Weiss had 15 points on 8 shots. Second leading scorer Bridget Gray had 13 points. Megan Keeble was a third leading scorer with 6 points, and Casey Hunter chipped in 2. Interesting side note, the Central Noble's leading scorer, Lydia Andrews, has not scored yet in the game. She's been held scoreless. Central Noble is 8 for 10 from the three-point line. I think that's probably a tough stat to overcome, Neil, 8 for 10. And they're shooting 52.2% overall. Fremont's shooting 42.9%. The one stat that really stood out in the second quarter was, first of all, Fremont committed 9 turnovers in the second quarter. Central Noble had 1 turnover. So that's something that has to turn around. So Fremont has 14 total turnovers, Central Noble 7. Also in that second quarter, there were 2 big runs. Fremont had a 7-0 run, and Central Noble had a 13-0 run. So as we headed to the third quarter, 20 seconds left before the third quarter begins, I think the keys, Fremont needs to probably get Jada more shots to begin with. She has 5 shots, taking 5 shots in the game, but also needs to take better care of the basketball and somehow run Central Noble off that three-point line.
Great analysis. First half, 8 for 10, pretty hard to overcome, especially against a team as good defensively as Central Noble. 19 points against the Cougars is not bad. Cougars come out in the 1-2-2 zone, skip past to Falk, who drains the 3. It is just great to see that girl shooting the ball with confidence now. You can see it in her step. You can see it in the way that she gets up and down the floor.
What a great set by Coach Sprague to get Eva that wide open 3 in the corner. Nice job, Coach Sprague.
Nice baseline defense by Durr. Pull up short by Gray. Rebound also missed by Keeble. We're outletting it. Falk to the hoop for 2 more. 5 early points for Falk, cuts the deficit down to 12. We're in a 1-3-1 zone here, which is interesting. Central Noble just moves the ball so well on the perimeter that it's hard, whatever defense you're in, to not give up a wide open look like that. Hopefully they are going to shoot 8 for 10 again, and they didn't, as Gray misses a 3. Rebound by Weiss, and she's fouled.
The difficult thing for us in this 1-3-1 is the corner threes are generally available. It does make it kind of difficult to get the ball in the middle, but that's not what's really been hurting us. So we'll see what happens with the Central Noble 3-point shooting.
Keeble first shot, no good. Keeble is a 53% two-point shooter for the season and a 79% free throw shooter. She knocks the second one down to extend the lead to 37-24 with 6 minutes 50 seconds to go. Oh, we have a big collision there with no call, and I don't know what I'd have called either, to be honest. Nice steal, is up in a steal, and Weiss adds to her game-high total with her 17th point. Roanhouse takes 2 people with her, kicks it to Parnan. Parnan dribbles it across to Falk. Falk skip passes to Roanhouse, and they fall back into the 1-2-2 after the diamond press, trying to trap the inbounds and get a steal, which worked once. Falk into the middle, puts it up off to the side, no good. Rebound by Andrews, kicks it out to Gray. Gray leading the break, kicks back for Andrews for the 3. She sets, and she's off right. Fremont tentatively going for the rebound. Back out to Gray for another three. That's off again. Parning gets a hand on it, and Ryan Roanhouse corrals it, and she's going to take it. Throws it ahead to Burlew. Nice look. Didn't have enough on the pass, and Keeble stole it. Down to Andrews. Andrews, nice crossover dribble into the lane with the left hand. Now no good. And rebounded by Falk. Fremont will slow it up a little, try to get into a set here and run something.
Lydia Andrews looks visibly frustrated the last couple possessions, calling for the ball, but really getting clogged up. This third quarter has been incredibly physical.
A lot of contact, a lot of contact.
I agree with you on the one collision at half court. I guess when both girls run full speed into each other, who are you going to call the foul on?
Exactly. Fremont trying to get the ball inside into the teeth of that 1-2-2 zone, and it gets deflected. Turnover, Fremont, as the alternating possession goes to Central Noble. Schlattman will come in for Durr. 39-25. Central Noble leads with 5:24 to go here in the third period. Bridget Gray will bring the ball up the floor. 5 out. Coach Trish calls against the zone. So we'll be looking probably for a 3-point shot if they don't turn it over. Nice baseline drive. Kicked out for the baseline three to Weiss, who misses for one of the few times tonight. Roanhouse.
Somewhat reminiscent of the Fairfield game in that they came out cold the second half, just like Central Noble is. That 5 out, nice take to the hoop. Just missed, though.
Great drive by Gray. But Fremont did a nice job not fouling her, and she couldn't connect. Trying to go in, force the pass inside to Slottman. Turnover again. And Gray with the run out. Doesn't like the slap in the face, but she'll take it because she gets 2 free throws.
Central Noble.
Roanhouse, her second.
Coach was calling for the 5-out offense against the 1-3-1. That's a really difficult matchup if you have 5 shooters on the floor, because the center person in that 1-3-1 is now responsible for trying to run at somebody at some point, and that's just a difficult offense to cover out of the 1-3-1.
Ashley Gray and Abby Heil return to the lineup for the Cougars, and Ashante Combs re-enters for Fremont. Gray, second free throw. Up, also no good. Rebound by Roanhouse.
Jada has about 3 rebounds already in this third quarter.
Kicks to Combs, open on a 3-line, looks inside to Falk, who's going to drive right, and post and hit the layup. Nice post, nice drive for Falk. As she gets into double figures, she's been in double figures. That's her 14th point, 9 of which are here in the third quarter. Pass goes through Gray's hands into the backcourt, and that will be over and back. Fremont will get the ball, trying to cut into this 13-point deficit, which they were down 17 at half. So they've made a nice little run here in the third quarter, led by Eva Falk. Falk looking for the pass in baseline, doesn't see Combs, so she's out to Roanhouse. Roanhouse waiting for the call from Coach Sprague. And we're into the offense. Parnan not sure what to do with it. Roanhouse can't get the ball back. Dribbles it on one side. Picks it up, throws it to Burlew in the middle. She's knocked down, no call. And Andrews takes the ball to the hoop, misses the layup. Rebound Andrews again. She gives up, batted out of her hands by Roanhouse. A little messy under there as we have a tie-up, I believe. Yes, and we're going to have a jump ball. Central Noble, no, it'll be Fremont's possession.
That's one of those possessions I'm glad I'm not keeping stats, because there were about 5 or 6 maybe shot attempts, 5 or 6 balls slapped out of people's hands. Well, again, Lydia Andrews looking to get a shot off there. Maybe she got a couple shots off, but hands all over her.
Tough shot. She's not getting anything easy tonight. We're running a little ball screen on the side. Combs comes off the pick, looking to pass instead of score, and travels.
That looked like one where Ashante thought she was running the skeleton offense, because that's probably what she's supposed to do, come off that pick and get it back to Jada for a layup. But unfortunately, the defense left her alone and double-teamed Jada. She would have been better off just driving to the hole at that point.
1-3-1 defense again by the Eagles as the Cougars go to a 2-front to move the ball quicker. We got the ball inside to Heil. Heil kicks it out to Keeble, who switched it over to Gray. Gray drives back to Keeble for the wide open 3, lets it fly, nothing but net. The Cougars can shoot the open 3. You got to guard them at the arc. And we're just not doing that as they up the lead to 16. Roanhouse off the ball pick, not switching that. She goes all the way to the hoop, and she's fouled. The Cougars have been getting over the top of that ball pick that all night, and Jada did a nice job that time running her off the screen, and she had to go behind, and she beat her to the basket and was fouled by the help side. Second team foul, well, actually first team foul this half for the Cougars. Roanhouse. First shot is long. Jada leads the team in free throw attempts this year by 33. She shot 53 free throws. The next highest person has shot 20. And she's shooting 62% from the line, averaging 12 points a game as she gets the second one to go. 42-27 Cougars with 2:56 to go here in the third period. The Eagles have played a nice third quarter, coming out with play to a 2-point edge here in the third quarter. I just really like the way Bridget Gray, every time she catches it, and Keeble did the same thing there. If they're not going to shoot it, they sure make you think they're going to shoot it by having that nice shot fake and get people to run at them and drive around them. That is something that you can tell is well coached.
And it helps the way they started the game, because you have to respect that. When they shot fake, you have to assume it's going up, and the way the first quarter, in fact the first half was, it's probably going in.
Yeah, the Cougars shooting very well from the three-point line tonight. Subs again for the Cougars as they continue to rotate in their 7-person rotation. Casey Hunter has the ball in the corner. And Roanhouse knocks it out of her hands, and it'll stay at this end with Central Noble. Caitlin Schlotman checks into the game for Ashante Combs. Coach Sprague trying to find that fifth person to make this this group here together. Has played pretty well with 4 of them, and the fifth person is alternated quite a bit. Keeble had a nice shot there, passed it up to Hunter. It's knocked out of bounds again by Roanhouse. The 1-3-1 is really sucked back inside, trying to guard the wing. Central Noble's just moved up a little bit higher. And we're going inside. Andrews has it inside, kicks it back out to Hunter. Around to Keebold, back inside to Andrews. Double team, triple teamed on the block, and she throws it out of bounds.
I've got to give Fremont a lot of credit for the way they're playing defense. So 1-3-1 has just slowed Central Noble down. In fact, the pace of this quarter has kind of bogged down, and I think it's because of the 1-3-1.
That's definitely helped defensively. Central Noble's trying to get the ball inside, which really probably isn't their forte. Falk throws it away on the wing to Slotman. Stolen by Keeble, takes it to the basket left-handed, misses. Falk gets a rebound, and she'll bring it down to court. Slotman again. Run over, no foul. Steve Keck says, no, I'm not calling that foul, even if I get yelled at by all those Fremont fans right behind me.
Which is always, it's become more entertaining at the games as fewer people are allowed to attend, because you can certainly hear individual parents voice their frustration, whether it's at their daughters, the officials, the opposing team, coaches, the athletic director.
Yeah, hasn't been us yet, but I'm sure we'll say something wrong at some point.
That's just because they're not listening.
Anyone out there? Lydia Andrews now steps to the line with a chance to get her first point of the evening, and she does. Bridget Gray returns for the Cougars. Olivia Durr and Ashante Combs back in for the Eagles. Andrews got a few points to score tonight to get up to her 13 a game average. Knocks down the second to get closer.
Katie Berlew is in some pain over on the Fremont bench. She was involved in a couple physical plays in the last sequence. But I know Katie. She'll be back. She's tough.
Nice ball movement by the Eagles to get the ball down into Slotman, who gets it out to Durr. Shot fake. Might have traveled, got away with it. Reverse the ball inside to Slotman, back out to Combs, who's open on the wing, drives, throws it away. And
1 minute left in the third quarter.
Keeble, nice break down to Gray. Nice left-handed layup, but it won't go. Fremont brings it up. They got a 1-on-3. Falk's going to pull it up. Back to Roadhouse into Slotman, who almost caught the one-hander, but she can't corral it. And Keeble's going to take it all the way to the rack, and Roadhouse is going to block it. And Roadhouse will go all the way to the rack. Watch, here we go. Oh, she's not going to make it as she's fouled. Casey Hunter fouls her third team foul for the Cougars, her second individual foul.
Jen Roanhouse had a real nice block and grabbed the rebound. according to Coach Stuckey, that's a give me that play.
We are running a screen for Roanhouse coming out in the corner for a three, and she's going to be open, and she is going to be short. Well, a little off to the left. Nice looking play, out of bounds play by the Eagles. Keeban with the pull up, not there. Rebound by Roanhouse. Both teams looking a little tired here. We're going to go for the last shot. And we're going to run Ball State here, whatever Ball State is. Congratulations to Ball State for winning the MAC championship in football. Little pick.
3 seconds.
Kick, Falk for the three at the buzzer, and she gets it to go. Eva Falk, 17 points on the game.
12 points in the quarter.
12 points in the quarter, and she's single-handedly keeping the Eagles in this game.
10
as
in the quarter, Mike.
Well, 12 sounds better.
Yeah.
10 in the quarter. 44-30. Central Noble still leading by 14 as the clock continues to wind. No, it's end of the quarter here. Scored the timer, having a little trouble with the clock.
Shout out to the timer, Mike Ritter, who has been a part of Fremont Athletics for quite a long time. In fact, he was my varsity basketball coach and an assistant to athletic director Roger Probst, and one of my baseball coaches. So I know Mike, as a former math teacher, he'll get this taken care of.
Yeah, it really doesn't matter that the clock's running. A couple things, upcoming events for Fremont girls. After tonight, their next game will be December 29th when they are home against Bremen, and then the following night they also play at home against New Haven. The Fremont Eagle boys basketball team resumes play after a 12, 13, 75-day absence. I'm not sure. It's been a while since we played. The 30th of December we play at Pioneer North Central High School, and on January 2nd a rescheduled game at Woodland. So the boys team excited to get back on the court again as they're making progress over the last few days in practice. Quarter number 4 is upon us as the Cougars lead 44-30.
A couple interesting stats from the Matt Gumbel's statistics that were just handed to me. Unfortunately, Fremont won the quarter 11-8, but had 9 turnovers in the quarter. So imagine if we could cut down on those turnovers, what that margin might have been. That 3 by Falk, cutting it from 17 to 14, psychologically could make a huge difference. 14 seems doable. 17 might seem out of reach.
Yeah, 14 still a lot, but nice quarter by the Eagles. If we can get those turnovers just cut down to 4, 5, gives us that many more shots at the basket.
And Central Noble also was 1 for 6 from the 3-point line that quarter, which is a significant improvement.
Nice baseline attack by the Cougars as Hunter hits Andrews on the low block for a layup to up the lead to 16 with 7:20 to go in the fourth. The Eagles look like they struggle making passes because the person receiving the pass just waits on it instead of coming to the ball. That's happened a lot tonight, and Central Noble will come to the ball, play very strong man-to-man defense. Falk, nice drive, kicks it to Schlotman. Everybody stands and watches. Schlotman looks, still has her dribble, but it's taken away from her. But Coach Sprague, nice maneuver by Coach Sprague, calling a timeout when he saw his player in trouble.
Yeah, he made that timeout call after the ball had been slapped out of the girl's hands, but he came up and said it emphatically. I think he convinced the referee that he did get that off prior to the loose ball. Well, I think that was a great decision because not much was happening. Schlotman was in a lot of trouble there.
Yeah, saved a turnover for sure on that one by Coach Sprague. I have to say, as a fellow former coach of Coach Trish, I am very impressed with his demeanor tonight, his positive demeanor on the bench, and his lack of animation, especially in a few of the calls that I felt went Fremont's way. So Coach Trish knows that his team has a big lead, and he's doing his best to instruct his girls in the huddle right now to keep that lead. 46-30, Central Noble leads with 7 minutes to go in quarter number 4. Any other interesting stats over there, Coach Bach, after 3 quarters?
Central Noble's shooting percentage for the game has dropped all the way to 35.9% after an incredibly hot start. So I think the 1-3-1 defense Coach Sprague went to may have helped with that. And I just don't think it's possible to keep up the shooting rate that Central Noble exhibited in the first quarter, first half.
Oh, man, Falk with a great baseline crossover move back to the middle, but couldn't get it off the backboard. Cougars down to Andrews, who kicks it back out around the front. Andrews on the wing, pull up, long. Andrews gets her own rebound. Over to Gray. Oh, Andrews tries to throw up the shot on the catch on the rebound. That's a tough thing to do, and she hits the rim, underside of the rim. Falk driving baseline, going left, not comfortable going left. Kicks it back to Durr. Durr looks inside to Combs, but it's not there. The Cougars with the steal, and we're going back the other way. Gray's wide open. No one's guarding her. She would have shot that in the first half and drained it, but she says, "Key ball here, you take it," and she does, and it's long. They're still getting some of those looks, but they're playing really hard defense, maybe losing their legs a little. It's the second night of a back-to-back, and they're struggling a little.
With a short rotation, a short bench of 7 players.
Yeah, Mr. Neff calls the reach on 25. Again, disbelief. Third foul on Gray. Now we don't know, Bridget. That very well could not have been a foul. Because I better just shut up. All right, Roanhouse baseline drive, kicks it out to Falk. Falk throws a high skip pass to Durr, who lets it hit her hands and bounce out.
Coming into the fourth quarter, Jada Roanhouse is leading the Fremont with 9 rebounds. So she did pick up quite a few there in the third quarter.
Not scoring as much tonight, but still, as always, doing something positive on the floor. Oh, what a nice move by Gray on the reverse left hand, but can't get it to go. And Fremont throws it away. Fremont has really played pretty good half-court offense and pretty good defense. But turnovers are just killing them. If we could cut down on the turnovers, we would be right in this game probably at a 4 or 5 point game.
Well, I mean, really interestingly enough, coming into the fourth quarter, while Fremont was only averaging .66 points per possession, they were averaging 1.25 points per shot attempt.
Yeah, that's high. That's awesome.
Yeah, really high points per shot attempt and a really low points per possession, which is directly attributable to the high turnover rate.
Fremont got the rebound, came down, and knocked out of bounds by Central Noble. Falk's going to take the ball out of bounds. Fremont in a box set. Cross screens. Durr comes wide open, doesn't get the ball. Finally gets it late, falls down, loses the ball. Central Noble picks it up, kicks it down to Andrews, goes to the hoop. She's fouled, and she knocks it down. Nice drive by Lydia Andrews. She's had a tough night shooting tonight, but she has not stopped working and taking the ball to the basket as she hits her 6th point and goes to the line for number 7.
Neil, did you see who threw that pass? One of the Central Noble players threaded a needle down the middle of the lane. A really difficult outlet pass that hit Andrews in stride for that basket. Great finish, but in my opinion, an even better pass.
Excellent pass. Sorry I missed that one. Andrews hits the shot for 7th point. Falk just pulls up and nails a 3.
She's feeling it tonight or what?
You're not going to guard me? I'm going to knock it down. That's 20. That's 20. We're going to see if we can get her career high, right? 23 is her career high. She had it last week. Baseline drive by Keeble and Olivia Durr fouls her on the drive.
Well, I tell you what, if Eva continues to shoot like that with that confidence, she was at least 2 or 3 feet behind the line on that shot and didn't hesitate. She'll get that career high.
Corner 3 by Weiss. No good, but Hunter grabs the rebound. Misses, gets her own rebound, throws it to Andrews, who is fouled, and we're going to decide who. We're going to have a conference here. Oh, no. I'm older, I'm calling the foul, says Bob Neff, and he calls it on number 2, Mackenzie Parnan. Age over beauty. Yep. Casey Hunter looking for the rollback on the screen. She gets it inside the key ball. Double team. Berlew has it, and it'll be a jump ball. Katie pulls it away. Katie has a really nice looking black eye that she got during the Fairfield game. And
I think it fits Katie's style of play really well. It makes her even more intimidating.
Yeah, she's got kind of a tough look to her anyway. And then with that black eye, it's like, don't mess with me. Falk goes, passes to Parnan. Ball picks. Parnan comes off the ball pick, pulls up from 15. A little long. Rebound to Central Noble. and goes to Andrews, but it's off Andrews' hands and out of bounds. It's Natalie Gokenauer, who checked into the game earlier, made a nice defensive play and harassed Andrews enough to have that go off her hand.
You know, Neil, I wonder, we've got a couple of girls playing out here who have brothers who play basketball. I wonder who would win in some of the one-on-one matchups between Eva and her brother Brody.
Eva and Brody, that one, Brody's got toothpicks for arms, so I don't know if it was horse. I'd take Brody. Brody can shoot the rock. Eva might take him down to the low block and post him. I'm not sure.
But then we have Katie Berlew and her brother Lucas.
I'll take Lucas on that one. He's 6'4". Oh, Katie gets a nice job inside and is laying on the floor in pain as she was fouled. Didn't give her any room to come down, but that's not after the shot. That's on the shot. So she will shoot 2 if she can. If not, we're going to have to pick a free throw shooter from the bench. Now, do we get to pick that, or is it the opposing team, or is that in the NBA? It's the opposing team.
I think in the NBA it's the opposing team, but I think we get to pick it here.
Yeah.
Well, not you and I. I would assume it's the coaching staff.
Yeah, yeah.
Mr. Roder's.
He wants to pick it. Mr. Roder wants to pick it. Okay.
Actually, I think he wants to shoot them.
No, he doesn't want to shoot them. We've seen him shoot, Justin. We don't want him to shoot them.
Although I would say that either one of his sons, well, probably Kyle more so than Craig, I would say could probably step up and shoot those.
Oh yeah, Kyle. I'd take Kristen probably over all of them.
Looks like Katie came down hard on her arm, and I think she's holding her elbow. Hopefully she's okay.
Yeah, she's talking to the trainer, and she's saying, "I think I can shoot these because that gives me a couple more points." But they came out on the floor, so I think they might have to take her off the floor. And we're going to have a sub here. Be interesting to see who. Coach Sprague's already subbed. Jada was at the bench already to come in, I think. So that was convenient.
So 3:46 actually remaining here in the fourth quarter, with Central Noble ahead 49-33.
Jada Roanhouse will shoot 2. Jada has a little bit under her average so far tonight with 4 points. So she's going to try to add to that total. Eva Falk has 20 of Fremont's 33 points. Jada's long on the first free throw. Alexis Book was going to enter for the first time for the Eagles for Olivia Durr.
And the final, to return to that other conversation, the final brother-sister one-on-one matchup would be freshman Mackenzie Parnan and her brother Bryce Parnan, who's an 8th grader.
I'm going to defer to you. I've not seen Bryce play.
Bryce is long and athletic, and he's kind of he's kind of chaotic. I would think she would probably have to back off for fear of catching an elbow to the face. So I'm going to go with Bryce.
I'll go with Bryce.
He's a very, very good defender.
Nice ball movement by the Eagles. Ashley Gray steps up, knocks down the shot for her first 2 points of the night. Good ball movement by the Cougars like always, and Falk's just going to take it to the rack. She's going to pull up, a little short on the drive, excellent drive, however, to the hoop. And we got a jump ball as Roanhouse ties up Bridget Gray, and the Eagles will have the ball underneath their own basket. Down 17, 51-34 with 3:06 to go in the fourth quarter. Oh, it's red ball. We forgot to change the arrow the last time, so it actually is Central Noble ball. We'll see if the Eagles can put on a press here, maybe turn the Cougars over. According to John Harrell's website, Sagarin scores and his predictions. He predicted the score to be Central Noble 51, Fremont 29. Right now it's 51-34. So the Eagles have scored a few more points than they were predicted to score, but he's fairly close again. Those predictions, they don't always right, but sometimes they're fairly close. Looking at the sectionals for these two teams, Central Noble is in a sectional where their Sagarin ranking at this time puts them third in that sectional behind Lakeland and West Noble. West Noble's first, Lakeland second. Interesting thing of that is of the 6 schools in that conference, the other 3 are Northwood, Tip Valley, and Wawasee. Northwood and Wawasee in the big boys Northern Lakes Conference, and the 3 NECC schools are predicted as the top 3 teams in that sectional so far. We'll see how that plays out. Tip Valley is also a very good girls basketball program. The Eagles sectional, which will be at Bethany Christian this year, the Eagles are currently 4th in Sagarin points in that sectional behind Blackhawk, Bethany Christian, and Lakewood Park. So we'll see how those sectionals play out. The Eagles do come out in a press as Eva Falks at the point of the 1-2-2 press. Get it across half court. Andrews gets it underneath, kicks it back out to Gray. Gray penetrates, throws it to Ashley Gray. I think it's her sister, but I don't know for sure. And to the right to Andrews, shoots a 3, and it's off. Parnan's going to get the rebound and take it down the floor in the middle of the floor, looking for a teammate. Finds Roanhouse, who can't drive. Everybody comes ball side, and Roanhouse throws it away. Bridget Gray with a nice steal, drives to the hoop, and Parnan fouls her. She goes up for 2.
Yeah, Fremont came out of that timeout in that 1-2-2, and it was obvious that Central Noble was extremely prepared. As soon as the ball was shown in bounds, they cut through the middle and filled all the traditional spots of a zone or of a press breaker, and it was kind of tic-tac-toe down the court. Again, it's really hard to press a team that's this fast with this many ball handlers, but obviously Fremont needs to do something to shake it up here as we're approaching the end of the fourth. 2:35 left in the fourth quarter.
Bridget Gray misses the first shot. She still has 13 points. Just think what she had at halftime. She had a great first half. Gokenauer gets the long rebound. Throws it to Combs, who throws it in the corner to Durr. Durr drives baseline. Shoots, nice little pull-up. Doesn't get it to go. And Coach Sprague has kind of emptied the bench here with 2:23 to go. Let some of the younger girls get a chance to play. And so here comes a few subs maybe for Central Noble. They don't really have a lot of people on their bench. So Bridget Gray has it out front. Throws it to Hunter on the corner. And she has a nice little 15-footer from the baseline that goes up in the Central Noble lead to 53-34 with a minute 30 to go.
That's just her 4th point of the game, but confident little 15-foot jumper.
Madison Weiss and number 24, Ella Zolman, is going to enter, I think, for the first time tonight for the Cougars.
And the all-name game, go ahead.
Kaylee Zucalato, do we love to say that name, enters for the Eagles.
Her brother plays baseball for me, and it's always entertaining to see how opposing announcers pronounce his last name.
If she scores, we're going to go crazy here, folks. Alexis Book has also entered the game. Back to Natalie Gokenauer in the 5-out offense. And Olivia Durr has the ball tapping her head. Looks like we're going head tap. Going to pass to the wing. Little ball screen coming up on the wing, I think. Alexis Book's forgetting. I know the place too well. I'm sorry. Combs goes baseline. Throws it back, and it's a turnover. Central Noble recovers. Throws it back to Keybold, who shoots the 3. I'm sorry, that was Madison Weiss who knocked down that 3 for 21 points. Cougars call timeout so they can put in Bella Warman, freshman, their last sub that hasn't played on the bench, and take out Southmore Megan Keeble.
I think she was the leading scorer in the JV game, Neil.
Yeah, they had two freshmen that dress varsity for their 8th and 9th players. And the JV game, I was told, had 70 turnovers in it, so it was not a thing of beauty. But Central Noble did come out on top.
Well, I know I saw the last part of the fourth quarter, and I think I did see about 43 fouls committed.
There was a lot. The Eagles struggling here with the reserves in. Durr's going to take it out underneath the basket. Cross picks for Gokenauer. Book cuts to the basket, is open, but Durr doesn't see her, and it's a turnover for the Eagles. How many turnovers did the Eagles have after 3 periods, Justin?
They had 23 after 3.
23
periods.
after 3. I got to believe they're about at 30 now. Would you say that's around 30?
In the second and third quarters, they had 9 turnovers apiece, and 18 turnovers in the middle quarters of the game, and it's just so hard to overcome that. I would say that pace has continued here in the fourth.
56-34. Central Noble leads as they move the ball around with 30 seconds left in the ball game. I'm not sure they're going to shoot the ball again, but you never know what could happen.
Combs is prowling the lane in kind of a one-person zone, owning it, hands up. You are not getting past her. We would call that the free position on the boys.
Yeah. Central Noble. This would be the time when everybody starts clapping if you're at Central Noble, but they're going to hold it and win the game 56-34 as both teams wave to each other in the COVID tradition of no handshakes.
Yeah, it's a good thing they don't shake those hands. I know that they've been playing against each other for the last hour and some change, but at least at the end they don't shake hands.
Correct.
Apparently we'll have statistics from Mr. Gumble.
We'll wait around here for a little bit for the final statistics as the Central Noble Cougars put up 56 with some good three-point shooting in the first half to beat the Fremont Eagles 56-34. We can tell you a few things. Madison Weiss led the Cougars with 21 points, and Eva Falk led the Fremont Eagles with 20. Fremont's future opponents, Fremont's girls basketball team will continue in action on Tuesday, December 29th against Bremen, and then also on Wednesday, December 30th against New Haven. Both those games are home, and I believe they're both 1 o'clock JV starts, JV and varsity to follow. Boys games also on the 30th. North Central, the boys team will play at North Central on December 30th, and the also will be at Woodland on January 2nd. Both of those are 6 o'clock starts. Over to Justin for some end of the game statistics.
And I did officially get word from the JV basketball coach, Coach Ted Myers, that Fremont had 43 JV turnovers in the game, and Central Noble had 30. So there were 73 turnovers in the JV game. No, that's just it's kind of amazing. So just running over the stat sheet that Matt Gumble just handed me, leading scorer for Fremont, Eva Falk with 20 points, 7 for 12 from the field, 4 of 6 from three-point line. She also had 7 rebounds. What a fantastic third quarter, especially from Eva. Saw a lot of confidence in her offensive game. Jada Roanhouse and Mackenzie Parnan both scored 5 as the second leading scorers. Jada ended the game with 6 shot attempts, and I'm sure Coach Sprague would agree that Jada needs to take many more shots that game. She did, however, reach double digits in rebounds, with 10 rebounds. Let's see, Katie Berlew had 2 points, and Olivia Durr also had 2 points. Eva Falk, like I said, was the second leading rebounder. And Katie Berlew actually led us in assists with 4 assists in the game. For Central Noble, Madison Weiss ended the game with 21 points, including 4 of 8 from the three-point line. Megan Keeble had 9 points. Second leading scorer is Bridget Gray, who had a really good first quarter, ended with 13. And Lydia Andrews ended up with 7. Madison Weiss led the Cougars with 6 rebounds, and Casey Hunter and Bridget Gray led them with 4 assists apiece.
Well, that's it here from the Eagles Nest. We'll wrap it up on this December night as the Central Noble Cougars defeat the Fremont Eagles 56-34.